Hey, good morning, my friends. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. We're going to talk heat wave. I'm going to call it a heat wave. Now, I looked into this and I said, is there really a definition of a heat wave? No, there's no official definition of a heat wave because it's different in every part of the country. You know, what Phoenix, Arizona would call a heat wave would be a lot different than what Marquette, Michigan would call a heat wave. Even places like Detroit versus Marquette would have a different definition. So we do have a heat wave, yes, but it's going to be missing the high humidity. Now, we're going to start this morning. Well, first, I got to start by saying hi to folks. Hey, Marvin Castle from Saginaw, good morning. And Sarah Maltman, good morning. Chad Sampson, missing the humidity, a good thing or a bad thing? And it's a little of both. Now, the good part is the comfort level. So when you see forecasted temperatures a high of 92 or 93, when you factor in a lower humidity, the heat index is actually lower than the actual temperature on the heat index scale. Of course, we have the sunshine then blasting on you and it makes it feel hotter. The other thing too, though, is things will dry out a lot quicker with the dry air in place. Hey, good morning, Shelley from Saugatuck. Mosierville, Michigan. Laura Spencer. I don't know where Mosierville is. I've never heard that before, so let me know. John from Lake Ann, I know where that is. And good morning, Saginaw, Michelle Jundy. All righty. So let's see. Let's go here. Okay, what we're looking at is a radar. A really rather odd band of thunder showers has developed. You know, we get lake breezes in Michigan that set off thunder showers. Usually that's in the afternoon. Usually the lake breeze moves off of the lake and pushes thunderstorms inland away from the lake. This is a morning lake breeze or a morning boundary, and it's moving back toward the lake. What will happen here is you can already see the trend. These thunderstorms or showers are lined up from Muskegon to Grand Haven to Holland, down to Benton Harbor. The trend with these morning type things is the sun gets on them, starts to evaporate them, and they will fall apart. So probably by 11 o'clock, those beaches along that shoreline, the southwestern shoreline, will be dried out. All right, let's get into what's going to happen in weather, and it's not a whole lot except sunshine and warm temperatures. Here is our model run. Again, that southwest corner, very southwest corner, might have a late afternoon thunder shower, but generally dry. We're into Thursday now. We're into Friday. One other thing. First off, I got to apologize. I'm a meteorologist. What does that mean? It means we overdo it on the data. The consultants, or as we call them in TV, the insultants, told us all the time, people just want to know if it's going to rain. They want to know how warm it's going to be this afternoon. They want to know what the weekend's going to be. Those three things. I disagree, but that's, again, because I'm a meteorologist and we're overdo it. But where I was going with this was there's a pressure pattern on this map. It's important to me. It's important to you. Do you see any pressure lines? Do you see any isobars? No, you see one or two in the entire state. What does that mean? It's a fairly light wind situation. Boaters or anybody that has a project going dealing with wind, you don't have to worry about it. All you have to worry about is staying cool out of the hot sun and keeping hydrated. All right. Hey, Grand Rapids. Good morning. Katie. Okay, so we're into Friday now, and now we're into the 4th. Look at that. Nothing going on. And again, a little pressure gradient. So that means not much wind. And we're into Sunday, and we're into Monday, and now we're into Tuesday. Late Tuesday into Wednesday, a weak cold front is slated to come through. Maybe that's our first chance of scattered thunderstorms, and pretty quiet on through the next 10 days. So if you have the hose and can keep plants watered, I would start to judiciously do so. You don't have to waste water, but if you put it in the right spot, right at the base of the plant in the root ball, it'll go a lot farther than, say, a sprinkler that waters all of the soil around and doesn't really soak it down into the roots. Here are the high temperatures. Hey, good morning, Sherry from Gladwin, and good morning, Pamela Sears and Sherry Hadaway. Good morning. Good morning, Lake Orion. Paula Feistama? Hopefully I got that right. High temperatures today. A northeast wind. So the thumb, you're going to be a little cooler, 85-ish. Then the west side of the state, that east wind comes down the ridge, middle of the state, and sinks. That's a warming process. And so Traverse City and Charlevoix and definitely Manistee, Benzie County, and Muskegon, you wind up being the warmest on a northeasterly wind on a day like today. Same deal for tomorrow. And it's, most everybody's going to be near 90 degrees, especially since we're drying out on the ground. That heats up. Now we're into Thursday. Northeast wind kicks away, and pretty much everybody's around 90 to 92. And we're Friday, we're 90 to, let's call it 93. We're on the 4th of July, and hotter than a firecracker, as my grandma used to say. 90 to 94 degrees, and we're on Sunday in the 90s, and we're on Monday in the 90s. So, yes, it's a heat wave. It's not a high 100-degree heat wave, but it's a 90 to 94, very common for 5 to 7 days. Hey, Brian Holden, good morning. And salutations. Wow, fancy words this morning. So, pretty easy. We got hot weather going through. All right, now let's take a look at a little bit of the extended. I just wanted to show you the 8 to 14 day, 6 to 10 day temperature forecast, obviously. Much warmer than normal. 8 to 14 day temperature forecast. That takes us through July 13th. Much warmer than normal as well. Precipitation not coming back until we get into the 8 to 14 day pattern. Okay, now we're going to look at the difference in this heat wave. Remember, I told you this is not going to be a real humid heat wave, at least to start. Okay, what you're looking at, I'm sorry, I got to find this here. Hold on, bear with me a second. I got to go back and choose something for you. Bear with me. The music is playing right now. All right. Okay, I want to show you the relative humidity, I think, if I can find it. Help me. Okay, here we are. All right, so we're going to be looking at the relative humidity. Now, the relative humidity goes up at night as the temperature cools to near the dew point, and then it goes down during the afternoon. Typically, on a 90-degree day, our relative humidity would drop to 50%, maybe 45%. We're going to see a lot of relative humidities, 25 to 35%, which is dry. And what that means is anything that has moisture in it, like a lake surface or soil or a plant, there will be more of a wicking away from that moist surface into the dry air. So, for example, let's go to tomorrow afternoon. Look at that, relative humidities. And you can see how, let me move it for you. Apologize there. Okay, now we're in a good perspective. So we have the possibility that it can get humid towards the end of the heat wave. Yes, eventually I would say as storm systems approach, we would get into a more humid type heat wave, but that's probably not until sometime next week. This is Thursday. Okay, this is Thursday afternoon. Right there. Look at that heat. We're at 90 with a relative humidity of 29% at Big Rapids, 33% at Grand Rapids. What that also does is it means there's not much of a heat index. Okay, so if you see a thermometer says 93, relative humidity 30%, the heat index formula actually computes it to feel like 92. It's kind of like a Western mountainous type heat. Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, when they're in 90 degrees, and they always say, oh, it's a dry heat. Let's go to the 4th. In the afternoon, we're all warm. And look at that. We still have some 35% relative humidity. And let's go to Sunday. Now, the worrisome thing about this is fire danger will go up. And I heard we got a lot of fireworks out there. And, things are going to really dry out. 93 degrees with low humidity, it will dry out very quickly in a garden, a lawn, our food crops, more importantly. So as we just go through this, you can see the relative humidity's not coming up until we get to next week and the storm systems start to approach. Then we'll start to get higher humidity on the way. And one last thing for you for boaters, okay, and anybody that has to deal with the wind, and we all have to deal with the wind. Look, it's a relatively light wind. Now, the next 2 days with a northeast wind, Saginaw Bay would be a little bit on the bouncy side, but it's not a strong northeast wind. And then as we go into Thursday and Friday, let's look at the 4th. A lot of folks get out on their boat on the 4th. Not much wind anywhere right on through the weekend. So that's what we have going on as far as weather. Don't forget to join our Facebook group, Michigan Weather. We've got a lot of the smoky sunsets and sunrises posted there. Let's say hi to folks. Mary Smith, good morning from Midland. I did pronounce Paula's last name right. I'm not going to try it again because then I'll mess it up. Good morning, Nicole Wiseman from Grand Rapids. What are the lake temps? Kenny Rosso, maybe. I'm assuming you're talking about the Great Lakes water temperatures. I will be posting that. We were at the Frankfurt beach last evening, and kids were swimming. It looked fun. I put my foot in the water. Not bad. I was estimating about 72. They were jumping off the pier, and it was just smooth as glass. And they said that down lower, it's colder, but with light winds, lots of sunshine, those lakes are going to add 3, 4, 5 degrees over the next couple of days because the wind's not going to be churning them over. So they are going to get warmer, and the inland lakes will warm up dramatically this week also, probably adding 5 to maybe 10 degrees by the 4th as to where they sit right now. So if your lake is in 70, 75 degree range, it's probably going to be 80 to 85 by the time we get to the 4th of July. Hello, Nicole Fox from Traverse City and Amanda Van Heitzma from Walker. Good morning. And Charlevoix, Carolyn. So there we have it. There are all the questions to be answered. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. Have a great day. We're going to enjoy it. A lot of times on the 4th of July week, we have some severe weather around. It does not appear to be that case this year. So take care. Use the sunscreen. I'll see you back here tomorrow. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa.